Cause whenever I get
Yeah.
an opportunity or a chance to learn from somebody that look like
So you
us,
done it. Yeah.
that's done it, that's doing it,
Yeah.
not that's just
Yeah.
done it, that's doing it actively,
Yeah.
seeing how they change stuff, seeing how they grow in their organization, seeing what they own, right? It's one thing to learn from an entrepreneur. It's another thing to learn from somebody um,
Executive.
that's a corporate executive
Executive.
that's actually
Yes.
showing you what's
That's what
going
we're
on with the
that's
SOPs, what's
what
going on with every single day business structure, right? It's different.
yeah.
Feel me?
That's what I'm talking about, bro. So learning from a corporate perspective, it's like we know how to operate as entrepreneurs, right? But small business owners. But the key is, bro, even if you making $5 million, like I was meeting with my private banker earlier. She was like, yeah, like even though you doing 5 million, you can be a $5 million company, and that's still considered a small business,
Most definitely.
right? But see, the biggest thing is that we got to learn how to operate as a corporate business, even being a small business, because that's the only way we're going to scale, right? And that's what was a big thing of talking about the systems and processes. When we was on the call earlier this week, it's like you got to put these in order to be able to scale to the next level, right? No matter if you lose it. See, that's a big thing about me. I'm not greedy, so I'm willing to give up a piece of the pie. My thing is, are you going to put in the work to get that piece of the pie? Right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm all about the uplift and, we bouncing information off of each other and trying to help each other grow.
Right.
But, the biggest thing is I don't want to be holding your hand and you coming to ask me questions all the time. But
Right.
I just found out how you solve that is having a step by step SOP,
That's it. That's it.
literally step by step,
That's it.
And I've
That's
been
it.
knowing this for a while, but I just haven't implemented because inside of, real estate and construction, people are old and set in their ways. So I gotta say, hey, either you're gonna go in this way, that's the hard part, or I'm just gonna have to cut you loose.
Nah,
That's the hard part for
nah,
me in
you're
my
right.
business.
You're right. And
You
that's
know
I
what I
mean, but
mean?
keys that come with that just come with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Because as you keep growing, them are executive decisions that you got to make. That's why the CEO stands for Chief Executive Officer. You got to make executive decisions that everybody else don't have to make. And then one thing I think I was talking to Alonce earlier about it, and we was talking about, just popping back out with your brand and just taking off. A lot of us don't understand, bro. There is a difference between a hustler and a business owner. A
Yep.
lot of people don't
Difference
understand
between hustler and business, very big difference.
there's a difference between a hustler and a business owner. If you listen, I seen a stat earlier or a quote earlier. They said until you employ somebody, you're not a business owner. You're not a CEO. You only make if you only making executive decisions for yourself, you just hustling trying to get some money. Until you actually are putting in SOPs of what Keys is talking about, until you are putting people in position where you're not the only one running your business, bro, you just a hustler trying to make some money. You just a hustler with an LLC. So our shift, we gotta be, damn, how do I get to a point where I'm becoming a real life executive when I'm making these decisions, when I'm trying to take off, right? And so I remember I learned this in about 2021. Always this quote, if you always remember this, if you got your notes, write this down. They said, uh, amateurs join a business, professionals launch a business. I'm gonna say it again. Amateurs join a business, professionals launch a business. So what that means, so if I got a product coming out, I'm not about to just post a product and say, "Hey, I got this new business venture that I'm doing. Y'all come tap in, come rock with me." No, that's what amateurs do. That's what everybody does. Or so when Xbox, PS3, Netflix, they got these Netflix's houses. When these movies come out in these AMC theaters, you think they just gonna wake up, create the movie, put it in the box office, and then they're just gonna have everybody watch it. No, months in advance, almost a year in advance, they already programmed. Hey, we probably gonna have so many people in London. We gotta make sure we showing it at AMC over here. We gotta make sure we showing it in the United over here. We gotta make sure we showing it at this theater, this theater, this theater. So if we gotta do all that, we gotta make sure we got this ready. We gotta make sure we send posters for our new movie. If it's Avengers, If it's Fast and Furious, we got to make sure we got all the posters for Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, whoever it is, Thanos, Iron Man. We got to make sure we send all the posting and the carvings out to London. We got to send it to Texas. We got to send it to Jersey. We got to send it all the way there. Why are they doing this? Because they're preparing for what's about to happen. They preparing for what's about to happen, right? And so a lot of us, like we think that when I start something, I'm about to just pop out and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna take over. No, that's amateurs, bro. Professionals, bro. They already have a plan in place for what's about to happen. You should already know your numbers, bro. You should know your numbers, bro. You should know, hey, my audience in Jersey, I only got like 100 to 200 people that really be tapped into me. People in Houston, people in Atlanta, Indiana. I know in those areas, I know I'm gonna be able to get these business deals off. I know I'm gonna get a lot of real estate because I got a good network in these places. I'm not just about to wake up and say I'm in real estate or I'm in stocks and I just want to take off in all these areas. No, you got to do groundwork. Hey, I got a guy in Dallas. I got a guy in Jersey that's and he on the ground, boots on the ground. He gonna do this, this, and this. And I just need him to round up about 20, 30 people. Okay, cool. Same thing when I go to Cali, same thing when I go to New York. Hey, I got boom, boom, and boom in there. So now when I'm writing it down, I know I got 30, 40 people
For the
in
people.
Dallas. I got 30, 40 people in Jersey. I got 30 people, 40 people in Houston, New York, Cali. Okay, great. So when I go on tour, okay, cool. So when I go on tour to do these events, I know what I'm working with before I even get there. That's when it comes to knowing your numbers, bro. I'm telling you, this is what changes everything. And this is what I learned in Tacoma, right? Not only learned it in Tacoma, it just kind of emphasized it in my mind again. Um, you have to know your numbers, bro. You got if you an artist, if you a business owner. I know Erin was telling us on Tuesday how she's running all the Waffle Houses and what she got to see the customer service, just taking care of people, handling stuff, handling business. It's so much that goes into a business operation, but we only get to first base. What's first base? For the black community, it's I got an LLC. I'm that nigga. Tap in, support my music, support my product, support what I got going on. We haven't even made it to third base, fourth base, fifth base. We ain't even made it to them levels because we stopped learning.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
We stopped learning, bro. We stopped learning. So all I'm saying today is, before we get into these markets, is just like, bro, we gotta start moving real life like executives, bro. Like decision making. I remember I was in Invest Fest, was it 2 years ago? And I think was it Tyler Perry or Steve Harvey? One of them said the only difference between someone super successful and someone average is decision making. And I was like, He said if you can string along good decisions together for a long period of time, you're gonna be well ahead of everyone else that you started the race with. Decision making. Then when you start thinking about it, damn. If I made this decision back then and I did that, when I did that, and then I did this, I know y'all all did that like I have. Sometimes sit up in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, just like,
Bro, what?
man, and all I had to do was that. If I would have did that and did this, bro, everything would
Hey,
be different by now.
don't need, bro, what?
I
Hey,
know
I,
I gotta
Nigga,
did that.
don't
hey,
need.
I wanted to touch on
Oh,
something you said too, because you said
Pause.
it's crazy as far as yeah, I've been writing
I
down.
want to touch on something,
Oh, Paul,
baby.
that's crazy.
My
That's
boy
Touch
wildin'.
it, boy.
yeah,
Touch it.
I, no,
Hee
Paul, that was crazy. That was crazy. No, but you had mentioned as far as like you are not considered a CEO if you don't position yourself to have people working under you, because then again you're just constantly in work mode. So I was writing this down, and there's 6 pillars to any business, and understanding the 6 pillars, you can understand business pain points. So the 6 pillars are marketing, sales, fulfillment, management, financial management, and then branding. So if anybody wanting to discover anybody else.
Drop that in the chat too, Tiff.
I got you. So like and it's crazy because I have a partner who is out in Indonesia and he's selling like real estate overseas, and I brought him an opportunity like a deal, and he's like he started listening and understanding my deal, and it was a wholesale deal, and he's like come on man, he's like come on Tev, you got to position yourself to have people. You already did the wholesaling for a while now. It's time to,
It's time to
up and
level
up.
up. It's
It's
time to
time to
level
level
up.
up.
Time to be the one that's
Yeah,
buying.
exactly. So he's like tedious work like that. You position people, give them that education, and have them work under you, so your time is free to work on things that build your business and yourself up faster.
Yeah.
So those six pillars, that is I would say that would be my pain point that I'm currently working on, positioning people to work under.
Say,
So that
say
would be
so two things. Say the names again. Marketing, sales, management. What else?
so the six pillars are marketing is number one. Second is sales. The third one is fulfillment. Then you have number four, which is management. Then you have financial management, and then you have branding. So with those six pillars, you can go up to any corporation, operator, entrepreneur, and ask them as far as these six pillars, where are your pain points? Is it in marketing? Okay, this is what we got to do for marketing. All right, is it financial management? Where is the money going after you went through the sales, you went through the fulfillment? Are you paying yourself? Are you paying the business? Where is the profit split going in regards to that financial management? So you can literally ask anybody
Yeah.
going through these six pillars and find
Yeah.
their pain.
That's bro, that's fire. I got that, and I'm gonna make sure I put that in the chat too, or
That's
tag
crazy
me
because
in
I
the
just
chat.
went over that literally inside of the conference I was at the other day. And like with a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, bro, is literally what they were speaking on. And it's crazy because I have to look at myself. It's like, okay, I employ a lot of people, but who actually works for me directly, like
Yeah.
underneath me directly? Yes, I employ people. Yes, I hire people. Yes, I have. But who directly says, hey, I belong? But I also keep it that way because here's a big thing when you're scaling, people get all these fucking like that's how I always felt. I've surpassed people that have been in this business for 20 plus years, and I have zero of the systems that most of these people have. Like they'll have leads and generations and all that stuff. Is like sometimes you don't need all of that stuff when you first starting out because you're spending more money than you're making trying to establish it, right? And so I've
Absolutely.
always feel um
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I always feel that you don't really need all of those like extra softwares. Like I was just talking to my VA the other day and I was like, he was like, you don't use this, that, and that. I'm like, look, you go through and add up all that stuff and see how much you spending in a month. And then just do your math when you go to the winter time, how much you make in the profit in the summer versus what you make in the winter. See, I always account for the bad times. And
Absolutely.
that's one thing I look at inside of business. And people are like, why you be so negative? That's not about being negative. I just went through 20 years of real estate in the last 6 years of
Mm,
knowledge. So don't tell me be scared because I literally just watched the rates go all the way down to three to 3% all the way up to 9%. And I seen the fluctuation and how I got stuck by not being careful because you don't know it and expect the unexpected. We
right.
didn't know we would have COVID, and then rates would drop like that, and then the market goes crazy. And then we didn't know that they would hike rates up that fast. I'll never forget. It was June 2023 or 2020, what was it 2020, might have been 2022. That's when I bought my park out, bro. From the matter of May or June till September, bro, rates had went from 3% all the way to 5%.
Mm,
They kept hiking them like a consistent hike. So when I look at it, bro, I have to look at the bigger picture like, okay, all right, does this really does this really benefit the overall goal by hiring and having all these people, right? If I got all these people, what are they actually doing, right? yeah, I can hire them, but what are they bringing into the business? So always evaluate where does my return on the investment? Like, yes, we want to scale, yes, we want to get there, but can you do some stuff yourself, even though you might not want to? Can you do it yourself to save you now so you can save yourself in the future? Like now I have no problem. I can go out and hire somebody freely, okay? Right, but at first, I'm like, all right, well, I'm putting it all into the actual real estate. I'm actually, putting it all into the actual stock market. So that's like, a huge, huge difference that I say, when adding those systems, like starting off the business, but also a big thing is working on your business rather than working in,
Yeah,
So once you start to feel that pain and feel that difference, then yeah, I can definitely understand it.
yeah.
But until then, you got to put in that work and don't run away from the grind because you're going to always you're going to cherish your business a lot more. That's just like when I told you, like, it's hard for me to hire somebody because I know I built a multi-million dollar empire in the last 6 years. So for me, I'm not trying to fail. I don't want to have the next best, wrong move. But hold on, this is my architect. Got to
No, you
call.
good.
How
I
about?
was I was just gonna say, nah, he right, and that's kind of to the point. Before we get to these charts, I want to share these charts. What I'm seeing, to his point and to Ted's point, it's like, bro, we got to start thinking bigger, right? We got to start thinking bigger, and that to my point of what I said when I went to Tacoma. I know Malcolm on here now. Whenever I get an opportunity to learn from somebody that's doing this at the highest level, I go do it. One thing I learned from him out there, he was showing me just um the financials of a business, right? It's different watching the financials and how we look up the PE ratio for Nvidia and Microsoft, but actually being at a startup company that's actually building something and seeing where the revenue's going. He's like, yo, um I get this wired into the account, right? But 30% of that is gone. I'm like, why? Because I gotta pay my team out. Damn. Another 15% of that is gone. Why? Because of taxes. I'm like, damn, taxes is high in Washington like that. It's like, bro, it ain't Texas. Where y'all get this offer, bro, you gotta pay your taxes. You gotta pay your taxes, business taxes as well. So I'm like, after that, and then after that, and then
Oh,
it get to a point where I gotta pay like miscellaneous stuff that a lot of us don't account for. And I'm like, what is that? Like, so if I have someone that's working with me, and that's one thing I wanted y'all to change y'all verbiage, Tev, Keys. Instead of saying I want people working under me or under me, start saying I want people working with me. No one wants to say I work under him. I work under her. That's when you start developing people that are working with you that don't want to work with you. They start talking about you. It's like working a regular job. I work underneath the CEO. That don't sound good. No, I work with the CEO. I work with Tev. I'm helping Tev build his multi-million dollar company, right? So change the verbiage on that. But finishing what I'm saying about the CEO in Tacoma, it's just like, bro, you got to get to a point where all of your information, all of your data, all of your numbers, they're here, but you also have to make sure that you're accounting for the miscellaneous stuff, like I said. And like I said, what is that? And he was like, bro, if you have somebody talented that you working with you, um, you might have to pay a little pretty penny because you're getting value from the marketplace. I'm like, hmm. So, prime example, if I'm Tev and I really want to scale my real estate business, I really want to scale this to the next level, but there's things that I don't know that somebody is skilled that knows, but they're willing to work with me, but they're not cheap, right? Anybody can poach them in the marketplace, but I want them a part of WTC real estate. I want them a part of my program. So how do I get them a part of my program? I got to incentivize them. I got to pay a little pretty penny. Hey, sometimes, like he was telling me, every situation is different. His situation, yo, I got a couple talented people. I'm flying out here. I want them to be with me. I want them to work with me. I might have to pay for their rent for 6 to 8 months. until they get on their feet. I might have to pay them a little bit more so they can get a little bit more cash in their pocket so they can do some stuff for themselves. Flights, hotels, I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover that. So when he was talking about the expenses, you got your expenses of payroll, but then you have your miscellaneous expenses as well that you're not accounting for. I'm like, and I'm in real time looking at his balance sheet and everything like, damn, you got to do that and do this and do this. And then he said you got to have money to the side, like he said, for a rainy day. What happens when business gets slow? What happens when business gets slow? You got to have money for that. And that just relaying this back to everyday people like ourselves, bro. No matter where you are in your journey or in your situation or what you building, I don't care if it's music, I don't care if it's a brand, I don't care if it's real estate, stocks, just a regular business, I don't care where you are, if you're an owner, whatever. You have to make sure that you are really thinking like a boss. And I'm not talking about thinking like a boss for the internet. I'm talking about thinking like a boss with your movement. Every move has to make sense. Every move has to make sense. One move after one move after one move can change your life for the better or for the worse. One move after one move. So many homies, so many people we know, bro. Man, I should have strapped up with her. I love my kid, but I should have strapped up. So many females, I knew I shouldn't have fell in love with him, and I got pregnant by him, and now I'm in a situation where he don't even take. I should have known. Right? I should have known. Every decision that you make in this life where we at now, the older we are, every decision is crucial. We don't have the luxury of being 17, 18, ruining relationships. Right? And I know I'm talking about this. I want to get to these charts, but bro, I told somebody the other day, we at that age now where if somebody act weird towards you, or their movement is weird, or they do something foul, we at the age now that y'all might not ever talk again in y'all life. That's why I'm very big on like just be easy, like be move with integrity. Things are not that deep. I try to say things are not that deep, but if you take it there, bro, in high school you get into it with somebody, bro, I ain't talking to you for a couple months. I see you every day. I'm gonna run into you again. At the age we at now, bro, we got families, we got businesses, we got kids. We focus, we traveling. Bro, your relationships that you have, bro, are very key. Treat everybody with respect, bro. And I'm knowing all this information because I'm researching and I'm learning from people that I really value, bro. I really value. Treat everybody with respect. Your next relationship can be the next pinnacle for your life, bro. Your next relationship can be the next pinnacle for your life. Sometimes relationships take you further than information or talent. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can read a book all day, bro. You can read a dictionary back and forth, know every word in the world, and still not get in that room that you want to get in. Well, I got enough money and I know the information. Why am I not in there? You don't know anybody in that room that you're trying to get in, bro. That's why your relationships are key. Continually, like continue to keep networking. Network, network, network. Everywhere you go. Everywhere I go, I got a smile on my face. I'm shaking hands. I'm in the airport. You would think I know everybody in the airport. What's up? How you doing? Yo, I like them shoes. Cool. Don't even know who I'm talking to. I'm just walking around. Yo, I like those shoes. Restaurant. Every time I get to a restaurant, if you ever came out with me, went to get food with me, you know. Every time I go out, dude, I'm talking to the waiter. I'm giving her the time of her life. Talking to her, laughing with her, kicking it with her, making sure she having a good job. Like, man, work been kicking your ass, huh? Yeah, it's been kicking my ass. Fuck these crackers. That's what it is. Right? But listen, we laugh with each other, we building that rapport. You never know. One day she could potentially work in the business and be valuable for us. Be in the ecosystem one day. She could be somebody that's so valuable that we like, damn, that all started because you was just
Oh,
having
I just
a hard
got
time being
Buffalo
you.
Wild Wings, but I went to the
Hey,
grocery
hey, man.
store.
Hey, hey, dog. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Brother, man. Snakey, man. Keys always do that shit. But nah, but yeah, just make sure you treat everybody with respect, bro. J. Cole. Just make sure you treat everybody with respect and value in these relationships. I'm not trying to say be a groupie because we're gonna talk about how we should be moving at InvestFest this year, but at the end of the call, but bro, value everybody. Don't lock in with people and shake up with people because you need something from them. Just be a genuine person. Say what's up, yo. Hey, proud of you, bro. And today's networking, bro, is just comment on somebody's Instagram, sliding in their DM, bro. Proud of you, bro. That was some good stuff you did, bro. I'm like, damn, bro, always showing love. Never know how long that'll take you, bro. Never know how long that'll take you. That's how I got tied in with EYM. I'm gonna talk about that story one day, but just know did some solids. I was doing some solids, looking out for people. Yo, they like, bro, you good. Like, you the homie now. You know what I'm saying? Like you always good with us. So but yeah, bro. Numbers, that's why I went to Tacoma. No, we missed our call. We catching up on some stuff. Being specific with your intentions. Work must continue. Let's get to June though. So June recap from the past 2 weeks. Remember, we was sitting in cash for like 2, 3 weeks. I had guys texting me like, yo, Nate, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks. Why we ain't made a move yet? I remember Niles was like, bro, I just took profit, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put a play in because Nate said on that Thursday we might sell off, so I might be chilling. That Friday market got tapped, didn't it? That market got tapped, but it gave us opportunity to get in. We've been waiting, right? And so that's one thing that I'm learning as well on my journey. The patient man always wins, bro. Always respect the price. Instead of buying at all-time highs, me personally, I love buying on red days. Wait, why you like buying on red days rather than green days? Because once we come up out of the red day and we have a green day, I'm already in position. You chasing on a green day when I got in on a red day. That's why I think the way I do. Right? It's okay to buy plays once they reach certain levels and they break above this and they go here and it goes here. That's cool. But me, I prefer buying on a discount because once it comes back, I know I'm gonna be up double before you even get in your play. So June is historically one of those red months. But Trump glasses. He does not like that market red. He does not like that market red. Trump glasses. We're close to all-time highs again. And historically, we don't really hit all-time highs in June. We're right there. Tomorrow's Juneteenth, so the markets are going to be closed. So today was the last day of trading this week. We don't trade again until Monday. Less than 4 days. So make sure we enjoying our weekend. We're probably gonna do a call. I might do a little call probably tomorrow or Saturday. I've been having a lot of people text me like, yo, Nate, I just want to go over some regular basic stuff, some chart stuff. Might do a regular call. Hey, who was on that call on Tuesday? I think Aaron was on there. Ted was on there. How was that on Tuesday? Just kind of just randomly popping up. Was that cool?
Most definitely.
Was cool?
Most definitely.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll probably just do those random pop-up calls here and there. Just just to talk a little bit more about the market. I know Thursdays, I know we all wait for Thursday, but it's like, man, like, yo, Nate, we gotta talk a little bit more throughout the week. I want to see what's going on, see where your mental at is on Monday, Tuesday. But I always like to make sure we prioritize watching EYL, right? Prioritizing seeing what Trap got to say, right? Prioritizing what Black Eye got going on. And then after all that, then I like to make sure we take all the information that we gather from them and then we discuss it ourselves. So June is historically a red month, but man, market been pushing. Also, it's 12 days left in June. So what does that mean? That means the volatility is not over. I want y'all to understand that the volatility is not over for June. Me personally, I think we get another sell-off. Might not be that deep. I think we get another sell-off in these last 12 days that gives us opportunity to push into July crazy, right? We could go crazy. But me personally, I think we get another sell off. And let me show you these charts real quick. Popping out on Chubb's eye is gonna be a party. Sorry. Okay, bet. All right, let me see. Let me see. Okay, cool. We can see my chart.
Yep.
Okay, bet. Let's see. Let's go to this daily. SPX. And I know a lot of people, they're like, man, why you be doing SPX over SPA? I just like seeing what the big board is doing, right? SPX is the standard and poors. I like to see what the SPX is doing in SPA. I can show you that as well. So look at this, right? We are here in June. We got that sell-off yesterday after Kevin Warsh, the Fed policy. I remember yesterday, guys were like, bro, the market's selling off again. I knew we should have waited. Bro, that's why you have to understand charting. You have to understand it. When we was here yesterday, we all knew on Monday and Tuesday, we gotta come get this gap. Perfect time to come do it was Kevin Warsh discussing some stuff about the Fed, what I'm about to talk about here in a second. It gave us a perfect close down, filled the gap. We pop up today, right? We pop up today. I'm not saying that the selling is over, right? Because, like I said, I think we could get another sell off or we can consolidate until July 1st. July 1st is this day right here, this candle, I mean, this open space right here. This is July 1st. We could consolidate here. We could stay under this all-time high. We can just chill in this area, or we can sell off again, pop back up quickly so we can go into July very strong, right? Our all-time high is sitting around 76.10. We haven't hit that yet. So I was seeing a lot of people talk about, man, we back at all-time highs, market touch. From my understanding, and I think a lot of people are looking at the futures market. ES, I think ES hit all-time highs. Yep, ES hit all-time highs. Yes. So whenever you hear people and you like, bro, I didn't see that on my chart. I didn't see it hit all-time highs. This was back June 3rd. This is our all-time highs. 2 days ago on Monday, we had all-time highs up here. This is the ES chart. This is the E-mini futures chart. You see this up here? The futures chart, right? This is the SPX, the futures of the S&P 500, right? But when it comes to that standard SPX, no futures attached. I like looking to see where we are. I like looking to see where we are. Okay. So look like we went and got that gap. And now we in this area and the market is closed tomorrow. Right? Market is closed tomorrow. So I can see us falling back down. I don't know if we get
You
down
about to
at
get into it with Israel over the weekend, bro.
right.
Hey man, that's what's gonna cause us to drop.
Right. I mean, but we got to look at this as opportunity. We got to understand how he's moving, right? If we don't want to go into July super, super, super high, going insane, because what you don't want to do is going into July super on fire and then market sellers or Wall Street is like, bro, we need to cool off a little bit in July. That's gonna catch everybody off guard because we know July, that's when the market really gets to cooking. No pun intended, because it's July. But things really start heating up in July. So, me personally, markets is closed tomorrow. This don't open back up until Monday. Today's Thursday, right? So you never know what can happen. We can go to war at the beginning of tomorrow. We can fight. We can go at it. Saturday, we can go again. We can do this. We can do that. Sunday, we at it again. 3, 4 days of fighting. By Monday at the open, everything can be cleared up. Right. So next week is the last week of June. So I'm looking to make sure we putting ourselves in position next week as well. Right. You can't, like I said, you can't make no plays tomorrow. Whatever you did today, good job. Whatever you didn't do today, it's all good. Just make sure we're paying attention to this for what's to come. All right. So this is SPX. Um, and like I said, I think we got a lot more room to run up. But I just want to make sure we in the best position possible. All right. Let me see something. Let's see. X-Men season. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Want to go over this seeing real quick. We're gonna go over Hood. I want to go over Micron. I want to look at all these. That Hood been hooping. So look at this seeing. Look at this seeing. So I want y'all to see why I liked seeing and why we in here. So when it comes to their earnings report, they beat on earnings and they beat on revenue. We're seeing this here. Beat on earnings and beat on revenue after their earnings, just like every other company was. Micron, SanDisk, Nvidia, all of the other companies that ran up, like all the companies that ran up on their earnings on a good beat, they all fell and cooled off. That's why I like seeing down here great future projections, right? Beat on earnings, beat on revenue, still growing, right? And they're in a good space, right? So I'm like, Once it initially fell, I'm like, I gotta wait. I want to wait. Once it fell a little bit more, kind of around this 430 area, is where we entered that play, right? And if you can see here, it looks like this area is a good level of support here, right? So if you didn't get in CM, it potentially might be an opportunity time to get in, right? Or if we get some sell off, some pressure, this thing can fall a little bit more and kind of come down. And I think it can come and get this gap down here. That gap will put it at 387. But mind you, we grabbed this play all the way out to October. All the way out to October. So this area over here that I'm scrolling through, this is when the contract expires, October. All this in between is full of October, full month of September, full month of August, full month of July, and then this last week of June. So much time on that play, right? So much time on that play. So I'm looking for seeing a pop back to the upside. We got that play down about what? I think 15%, 15-20%, something like that. Um, and I'm good. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So Sienna, that's why we got in that. What else we got? GEV. Shout out to the GEV gangsters, man. Shout out to the GEV gangsters.
Nigga, bro, that play
Yes,
took forever to take, bro. It's still, I feel like it's still gonna run a little. That's why I kept one, but golly, bro,
so
I
do
was
I, keys.
down bad, bro.
Finally got back right. Hey, that's the testament of staying down, bro.
What? That
Staying
was
down.
what?
That one thing I love about this market, it's gonna test your fortitude. It's gonna test if you really built for this, and not just in investing, but in life in general.
Like for real.
When life get rough and life get to life, how do you
You
react?
gonna, my mama, are you gonna stand tall in that? You feel me? Are you gonna stand tall in that storm? Cause boy, down. I would think I was down like 60-something% at one point.
Shit,
Damn.
shit. I was
Yeah,
down.
I think like maybe even 80 at
I was
points.
down.
I think so, bro. KD, what was
Keys.
I down? I remember calling KD like, bro, should I cut this?
Keys, you
Should
Down,
I roll
stupid,
it,
bro.
nigga? What should I do?
down,
Bro,
down,
you
eight,
are
down 80%.
hilarious.
Down 80%. But look at this though. Look at this though. Down 80%. And I think I don't know if Keys got the same one I got, but the 1200 contract, I had grabbed it for $29. $29. When it fell down to around $500,
Swear to God. Hey,
I'm
I'm
like,
over.
but listen. Alante told me to talk about this. He had called me earlier when we was talking about it. When we bought it at 29. It fell to $5. How was everybody in at $5 and we were in at $29? You know why? Because that's the power of information and that's the power of community, right? I could have easily, when we was down $29, me and Keys could have just like, hey man, we just gonna see what this do. We gonna cut it. We ain't gonna say nothing. No, when it went from 29 down to 5, I don't know if y'all remember. I put in the ecosystem, hey, this might be a good time to buy GEV. It's only $500. Look like everybody loaded up on that. That 500 went back to 30 today. I took my profit, made $100. Remember, I don't care if you made $5 in this game, $10 in this game. Dude, profit is profit. I said I'm out of there. Key, we was fighting that joint for so long. I said I'm good. Like
I'm
y'all
good.
got it. Y'all got it. And then everybody else, why I love the community, I love what we doing is because if we don't have this, we don't put out there the opportunity at hand. So when it was at $29, everybody probably like, nah, I ain't trying to pay that. But when it got down to $5, I'm like, hey y'all, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna be upset, I'm not gonna be angry. Hey y'all, the contract that I bought for 29 is worth 5. This might be a good time for y'all to grab. Everybody grabs. That 5 gets back to, so I know by time it get back to break even for me, I know my guy should be at 300, 400%. Look at what happened. Everybody's up 300, 400%. Guys turning $500 into $3,000 in a couple days. It's remarkable what this game
That
can
is crazy.
it's remarkable what this game could do, and it's remarkable about what we building. You know what I mean? It's a testament of what we building. Being able to sacrifice. Lante stuff was like, bro, so you basically sacrifice, put yourself out there. You and Keys put yourself out there, lost all y'all money, told everybody, yo, this the time for y'all to buy, for everybody to load up. Y'all didn't been getting beat up. And by the time it pops for y'all to break even, everybody's up 2,500, 3K, 5K. I know somebody that grabbed 2 contracts right at 500. So they was up a silly bag. They was up about 4 or 5,000, right? 5,000 actually. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get out of GEV, because yes, it can pop and go higher. It might, right? But this run from 856 and six days later, 856 to 1,100, a 300 point move in 2 or 3 days. Um, that's pretty crazy, pretty remarkable, but it keeps gapping up too. Gap, gap, right? And it could gap again. It very well could. But before the weekend is over, I wanted to make sure we got some cash in our pocket. I want to make sure we got some money in our pocket. So when next week comes, we can load up again. And so I wouldn't be surprised if GEV come down and touch this gap down here, come back down to the 1,000 range, consolidate a bit or touch and pop back to the upside. If y'all want, we can get back in when it come back down and push back up because energy is not going anywhere. Energy is not going anywhere. So that's one thing that I'm definitely looking at as well. So that's GEV. That was what happened on them. On my mama, on my hood. I look fly. I look good. Catch my swag. Wish you could. I look fly. Look at Hood, man. So we've been chopping about Hood for a while now.
Hey, that's what I really. Hey, that's what I should have put on there. Oh my mama, oh my hood, I look fly. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, and it's the Naptown anthem. So
Come on,
yeah, that
come on,
was,
come on.
man.
So we all know how that Hood been. I remember when I charted this up, what was that, a couple months ago? And I was like, hey, y'all, Hood done fell down. We got to understand the story. Bitcoin been falling down, right? So when it came down to this key level of support, to AI is testing, we ended up getting in around $67, bought some leaps on it, bought some shares on it, but we've been fighting it, right? Because when it first took off, it went from 67, we got in and it popped up to 93. It was already cooking, but it gapped up, gap, gap. Seeing that, So it's like, we know we know it's gonna have to come back down. It calmed down, came back down, got that gap, right? Got that gap and got that gap. When we started coming back to the upside, we consolidated it for a bit, hanging around that 400 AMA, and then we finally took off and broke to the upside, and we broke above that $100 target, right? So at the moment, we sitting up. We got in around 7. Was that yesterday? Hood crossed and touched almost 30, almost 30. So about if you grabbed a couple contracts, about 700 to 3,000, and we still have had like 6 to 7 months, 7 months on this play, and we're already up 300% almost. So this is another one that, as if Bitcoin gets back strong, right, over time, which it does, we don't know when, but Hood's taking off. But as Bitcoin gets back stronger, I can see Hood going back to his all-time highs of about 154. We're already up 300%, and Bitcoin still ain't even acting right.
Trump
So
money, Trump accounts, here they come, baby. Here
Trump
they come.
accounts.
Wow.
I think another reason why Hood is on the tear and wrote it down is because of the pattern day trader rule, right? Got removed. Remember we talked
Oh,
about that
yeah.
2 weeks ago? That
Yeah.
pattern day trading rule got lifted. So what that means, more trading activity.
Yeah.
that's that's the that's the basically the sign on the wall, more trading activity. No, what that really means is no, we making more money off these niggas. All these niggas are not good traders. All of them. Whole time, my personal opinion, the safeguards and the guardrails of the PDT, of the rules, of getting flagged, right? Um, of doing all of this, like front running the account, everything that I learned at the firm, right? A buying on the open, buying on the close. A lot of these things that were rules that would get you flagged were really like safeguards to protect you, how I looked at it. What happens when you remove the protection? It's a casino. What happens at casinos? It's very rare that people are really just whooping a casino by themselves, right? So more trading activity, more trading activity. That means more people are giving more money to the market. Cha-ching. Bro, I think this SpaceX IPO about to go crazy, bro. I'm about to buy calls on it. They just opened the contract. So they said 220. I'm about to grab it. 220 back down to
I'm
170.
putting them up.
Your contract getting murdered right now. 220, babe, bro, it's about to go. I think it's going to 1,000. That's another thing. That's how when I hear people talking about when I hear people talking about um companies going to these insane numbers, bro. If it IPOs at $133, I actually want to show this. We'll come back to Hood, but SpaceX. I want y'all to see this visual. Look at this visual, bro. I want y'all to start getting the psychology of a lot of this. A lot of it is common sense, bro. So if we IPO, right? So when it came to the market at 150, it shot straight up. 176 came down. This was a daily chart. Okay, so this is that one day. So it closed at what 160. Next day opens at 171, right? Guys, if it opens up in the 150 area, 160 area, and they're valuated at 1.1 trillion. I just want y'all to do the common sense. Please. Please. If it's at 1.1 trillion in the 150 range, for it to get to 1,000, what do you think the valuation gotta be? I'm gonna say it again. If an IPO is at 150 and the valuation, what it's valued at is 1.1 trillion, for it to get to $1,000 a share, what does that mean for the market cap and the valuation? What does that have to get to?
Is it 100?
Nah, it has to get to about 10 trillion, bro. Right? right? Because around 1.1 trillion, what's the company at? Instead of $150. Okay, great. So as it grows 150 to 300, that'll be around two something trillion. Okay, 300 to 450, that'll be around three something trillion. Okay, 450 to about what, 600, that'd be about five something trillion. Okay, 600 to about 750, that'd be around 67 something trillion. 750, 900 to 1,000, it's got to be worth about 8 to 9 trillion for the company. Yo, I'm not saying it's never going to happen. I'm not saying that. But the quickness of that happening in reality in real time, it's not even sustainable, bro. Something I'm looking at. Wow, these are two fat red candles for SpaceX the past 2 days. What was SBX doing? Going up. So what does that mean? That means there's so much money piled into SpaceX. If you start seeing SpaceX bleed a little bit and you start seeing SPX go up, that means there's reallocation happening in real time. They're not moving out completely, but some people are probably taking profit. And when they're taking that profit, why would I put all my money, millions and millions of dollars, in a SpaceX at a 1.5, 1.7, almost a 2 trillion valuation when I can grab a WDC that had it's not even a $1 trillion company yet in a bottleneck sector, right? Right? So SpaceX definitely gonna do well over years, bro. It's really the only one of its kind is gonna do well. But the valuation, we have to understand how heavy these market or how heavy these valuations are, right? These valuations are really, really heavy. You IPO at 150 and you worth 1.1 trillion. You go up from 150 to 224. They was like, bro, SpaceX from 150 to 224, a 50 to $90 move from a very low priced company when it comes to the stock price. 150 to 220. They said they added almost $1 trillion for it to only move $80. So how are we going to get from 170, 180 to $1,000 a share? I don't think people understand how much money that is going to take. It's going to take a lot of money, bro. And if it's going to take a lot of money, that means there's going to be other things that we got to take profit in, and we got to all dump it in it is for this thing to go and go and go. How much money is on the sidelines? So, okay, so it's only about 6 trillion left on the sidelines. Do we think logically they about to take the whole 6 trillion that's in money market funds and they just gonna all put it in on one company? It's not realistic, bro. It's not realistic. SpaceX is going to do well over time, yes, but it's not going to um, pop as people think it is. The reason why Palantir popped, the reason why Micron popped is because these companies are not valuated that heavy when they first came out. Bro, when MU crossed $1,000 a share, um, they were screaming, bro, $1 trillion company, wow, wow, wow. Bro, SpaceX is at $150 and they're already over the $1 trillion mark. That's why a lot of people are saying, yo, just wait for this thing to settle. Alante had a good point. He said, yo, I think it could actually come back down, cool off a bit, cool down a little bit, and then once it cools down, once it recalibrates, then we shoot back to the upside, right? There's a lot of people that got into the SpaceX pre-IPO, but guys, there's a lot of people that didn't get to get in, and they got a lot of money too. Why would I buy it at a 1.1, 2 trillion, 3 trillion valuation, my first investment? Nah, I'm gonna wait for this thing to come down because it's gonna come down. And if you don't think so, the people that got in when it was going dumb in this area, 200, and it was 216, and it was going this green candle, and it was going, bro, you getting mollywop right now. So a better visual here. You're getting mollywop right now. Yep. So in this area, just keep buying. Just buy. It's going crazy. I think it's going to the moon. It's at 217 up here. I think it's going to the moon. It's got to go to 300. I got to get in before it take off. 217. Hit a roof up there. Hit a ceiling up there. Been falling. Hit a low today of 170. Almost close to the second day close of when the IPO. Look at this number. This is the second day, right? Oh no, this is the 1 hour. I'm tripping. This is the same day. So the high of the same day was 172. The high of the IPO day was 172. We go up, we come down. What line do we touch today? What number is that? 172. And this is another thing that we all got to get better at. Yo, it's okay, bro, missing out on plays that everybody else is getting in on. It's okay. It's all good, bro. Our name got money on it too. Maybe it's just not just this play. It's a million plays, bro. Look at this watch list. It's a million plays that we can make. Bro, I'm just so sick we didn't get the Eli Lilly or the Google or we didn't grab the Silver or the ASTS or the CCJ or the Visa or bro, take your time, do your research, be patient. Once it gets down to a price that you love, execute. All right. Let me see what else. Micron. Man, Micron is bad, bro. Micron is a baddie, bro. Micron saying this, they baddies, man. They like the shorty that, man, you
Nobody.
pray, huh?
What was you about to say? Go ahead.
I was about to say they like the shorty that you like, man, I'm gonna get her one day. I'm gonna get her one day, and she just keep getting badder and badder and badder and badder, and you just trying to catch her, and you just trying to you like, man, maybe I'm gonna go get some new J's or I'm gonna go get a chain, and everything you doing, you just like, bro, like, how do I catch her, bro? What do I gotta do? And then you realize all you gotta do is work on yourself, build the value on yourself, and you'll actually let her come to you. That was a how to get a baddie 101. FI. FI.
Hey man.
How to get a baddie 101. So
My mama, work on yourself.
make sure you
Ted,
make
this
sure
for you.
talk
Work
about
on
Tab,
yourself.
this for you.
Hey, work on thyself. Get yourself together. You gonna get that baddie, big fella. Trust me.
Hey, stupid, man. But no, real talk though. Real talk. That's just for any play, any high caliber of anything in life, bro. Work on yourself, and as you grow, and as you wait, as you're patient, it's gonna come to you, bro. It's gonna come to you. So I definitely think, like I said, June has, for me personally, I think June has another. I think June has a sell-off.
Can
One
I
more.
talk about my theory real quick?
What's your theory, brother?
So, you heard on EYL last night. I don't know if everybody watched Blackout or not, but they was
Can't hear you, brother. That boost.
and about how Trump has been real critical of the parent company lately, and that's
Eh,
kind of
who
hindering.
you talking about? Say it again, brother. You broke up.
My bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
EYL was talking about this last night on Blackout. Am I still good?
Yes.
Okay, EYL was talking about this on Blackout. How United States has been real critical of Israel recently at the G7 summit. Trump was real critical of Israel, telling BB's hard to work with. He be doing too much. He be bombing too much. And I was just saying, like, the next pullback can be from Israel not listening to the ceasefire. not
Mm.
honoring the ceasefire. And that's what I see happen over the next week or two. Israel doing some dumb shit and market sell off a little bit. And then that's our sell off.
Got you. Yep. And so, prime example, and it's like our goal isn't to kind of predict what the sell off is going to be. That's to KB's point. It's really just being in position. We never know what it's going to be, but we can start putting things together, pattern recognition. Bro, if you can understand pattern recognition, not only in the charts, but in life, bro, do you know how much of a better human you're going to be? What do you mean by that? Pattern recognition. Okay, so if you keep seeing a certain pattern or a certain personality keep typing up that you don't get along with, you're going to be able to pinpoint that quicker as you keep meeting new people. So I can, okay, pattern recognition. I know the people that be screaming loud, they always showing money, they always flexing, they always shitting on people. If I can see that immediately, I can recognize that pattern. That's how they behave. I can go the other way, right? So if I can
What's
get good
this
at,
for?
huh? What do you say?
These tickets.
Yeah, look at these tickets. But yeah, the pattern recognition, make sure we understand that. Like same with Trump. If we understand his playbook and we understand how he moved, let's understand his pattern and then let's recognize it. Let's put ourselves in position. So definitely want to make sure we seen this. We talked about this on Tuesday. Dude, look at the tickets. I'm
Bro,
in
I'm
Dallas.
pissed.
Look
I'm
at the
moving to
tickets.
Dallas.
And this is if you don't want to come in on Wednesday, you don't have to. But I like to get there on Wednesday night so I can kind of chill. I go see my auntie. I go make my rounds around Atlanta, go see my people. Bro, look at this. Wednesday and leave Monday. Look at this, bro. What you want to leave at 10 a.m.? You want to leave at 6 a.m.? Bro, you flying Frontier? Don't give a damn.
I
What?
don't give a damn.
I don't care, bro. What?
Hey,
We
I
going
go
to
back
one
to
place.
that Puerto Cinco. I don't care. I
Look
will
at this.
fly Spirit. Look at that.
Come on. Look at this. 10 a.m. and then returning. These are non-stops. So no layovers. Look how much these tickets are, bro.
That's insane.
Am I tripping, Malcolm?
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Am I tripping?
Yeah.
So I think if you get paid tomorrow, if you had a good week in the market this week, you might as well just go and get that $87. Bro, this costs less than a contract. What are we talking about, bro? Not even close to a lotto. This not even a bro. We can't even grab a lotto for this price. What are we doing? What are we doing? Let me see from Indianapolis.
It's like 300 or something
No,
like that.
no. Look at this price,
You
bro.
fucking lying.
What are we talking about?
I'm about to cancel my shit. What?
And then if you want to go Delta, just pay $20, $30 more for that Wi-Fi. I mean, but you got to think if you from that, you know this is not even an hour 30 minutes. This flight is like really
Look
like
at how much I
55
paid for
minutes,
my
bro.
flight. Y'all got me pit. What? Y'all
Look
got
at
me
this.
tight.
$80, bro. What are we talking about? And we can figure the bags out later. We can figure the bags out later. So that's one thing we all need to keep in mind if you want to fly in on Thursday. Only 119, only $20, $30 more. But I suggest getting your ticket soon because these tickets are going to go up. During and if you ain't been to InvestFest yet, you know around that weekend, close to that time, millions of people coming to Atlanta, you will not see these tickets no more. That's why everybody is shocked. That's why everybody is shocked. So definitely look into that. I'm actually about to grab my ticket when we get off the call. Yep, flying Wednesday. Yep, $87. $87. So definitely look into that. Something else I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Mm, Iran and Trump. KB had talked about that. Oh, there was something else. We still on the InvestFest tip. Hotels for Atlanta. Let me see. Go to booking. Let's see. So we can do hotels. But I was also looking at Airbnb, like I was saying. Let me see. 6th through the 10th. Let me see what you're working with. Let me see what you're
Man,
working.
let's talk about SpaceX when you get a chance, man.
You want to talk about it again?
And we got some time, brother.
I got you, brother.
This thing said we just talked about that. What more is there to say?
I got you, brother. So Atlanta, let me see. Is this Atlanta? No, I'm like the MGM. I just booked that hotel the other day. Damn, the joints went up to 780. That is crazy. I just booked a, Vegas hotel.
We going to Vegas?
My brother get married July 11th in Vegas, so I'm going out there July 11th. I'm coming back to Indy though July 4th for his reception. So I'm gonna be in Indy July 4th for a couple of days, seeing the family, and then go back to Dallas July 6th. Be here for a couple of days, get some work in, and then fly to Vegas July 9th and the 10th, and I'll be in Vegas for a couple of days for July. And then my mama trying to get me to come back for Black Expo the third weekend of July. And if you're not from Indy, you know how Black Expo get in July. So I'm trying to see what I'm gonna do. But yeah, look at this. Thursday to Monday, Atlanta, per night 101 all together, man. It's the window. I'm tripping. Yeah, it'll probably be the Atlanta Marriott. It'll probably be that Marriott downtown. What's that at Midtown? 150 a night. I mean, if you got two people you going with, bro, what's that a day?
75 bucks.
What's that a day? 605, 3 days, and y'all splitting it, 300, $100 a day per person. I mean, for the two people that staying in the hotel room. So this is an option. I'm saying this is the option for people that's like, hey, bro, I just want to, me and my homie coming down, we in ecosystem. I chopped it up with him. We gonna do the 600 for the couple of days. All I gotta come off is 100 a night. I'm cool, right? It's really, hold on, 4 nights. So yeah, Keys is right. It's really about 75 a night. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, about 75 a night for you and your roommate, if whoever you go with. You know what I mean? So definitely look at that Marriott downtown, Doubletree, Hilton, the Northeast, 450. I mean, they always got these options. And then if you balling on a budget, let me see. 120. Let me see what it's talking about. That Wyndham, 100, 400 for 4 nights. Bro, 100 a night, you paying $50 a day. Stay in the crib. And right. And you don't need to stay luxury. I don't care about none of that. Like, my thing is just get down there and get in the room, bro. Get in the room. Still make sure you had that shit on. Make sure you got your suit pressed. You wear what you need to wear. You know what I'm saying? But if you bring in a partner, bro, it's only $50 a day. You should make a goal. If it's gonna be 400 or 600, how much do I need to make in the market before August 7th? Okay, man, $400, bro. I can do that easy. One banger in the ecosystem, what we've been doing lately. Most of y'all that was on that GEV, nigga, you should be paying for everybody hotel if you hit on that GEV today. Everybody. But do what you do with your dollars, bro. But like I said though, if you going down there, bro, you should make a goal. Like, bro, how much is the trip gonna be? Me personally, how I do my trips, I always come in right out. How much is gonna be for the 4 or 5 nights in the hotel? Boom, it's gonna be 405. Okay, bet. Plane, already seen that was what, $80, $87. Okay, boom, got that down. Okay, cool. Plane ride, hotel, that's most important. Need to get that scratched off. $500 total for me getting there and me putting my head somewhere. Pause. But me laying my head down, cool. I need to make sure I can get $500 before then. All right, cool. I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna start saving now, stashing away. $10 here, $50 here. That's my invest pot. Then from there, when it come to extracurricular activities and stuff you do out there, the food that you want to try, um, you want to go kick it, certain spots, certain clubs. If you want to pop bottles, I mean, you don't have to. You can get a couple drinks if you want. If you bring
Hell
yourself
no.
down.
Hell no. Don't you start that bull black truck energy. Don't you start that.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah. I'm saying for the people in the ecosystem that are new to this, Keys, you've been here before, that are new to this, you can definitely budget your plan to get to Invest Fest. My biggest thing, get your ass in the room,
there.
bro.
Yeah.
Get there, bro. You get there. That's how been coming along, changing my life every single year. This would be my fifth year. This means I'll have attended Invest Fest for half a decade, bro. Right? And then you see it. Look at what we doing. Look at what we building, bro. Look at what we building. Half a decade transform, right? Transforming. So definitely get in the room. And then last thing I want to look at, let me see one more thing. It's an option. Let's see. Airbnb. August 6th to the 10th. Let me see some where. I guess adults. Let me just do like a 10 joint. Look at this. Free cancellation. Home in Atlanta. 9 beds. 6 bedrooms. Let me see. So area wise, let me see where we are on the map.
That one ain't bad. 3,000.
Which one? Let me see. Where was he talking about? Even
That
this
one.
one? This
The
one?
guest favorite. Down. Down right.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes from the Mercedes. The key part is the being how far you're away, because you can have an Airbnb, but that 10 minutes away from Mercedes Benz, that's clutch.
Look at this joint right here, though. But yeah, just options that I'm just wanting to put out there. This is
We went crazy.
something that we could do. Maybe, hold on, you never know.
Like what?
Say one of these plays, go crazy. Say that Sienna. Say we getting the micron. Say we getting the Sanders. Say we getting something till
Bro,
August.
Sandis is disrespectful. Oh my goodness,
Very
cuz.
disrespectful.
Bro, just imagine if we would have put a 1200.
If you
We,
ask me one more time, if I got the water, it's in the trunk.
we had 1200.
Latte play.
Hey
No,
man.
no, I want
Hey
some
bro.
cold water, but we had no waters.
He over there getting his ass cussed out. He don't got no water.
Oh, bro.
Uh, yo, oh
Get his,
shit. I didn't even know my shit was off of mute.
get his ass
My
cussed
bad,
out. He
dog.
don't got no water.
Damn.
Boy, you better go to that store and go get that water, boy.
Hey man. Hey, you
No,
wanna
but
know what's so crazy is that we'll go we'll go to the store and go like we'll go get water bottles all day, but why won't we do like our grannies did, bro? Just have that machine.
yeah.
That's
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah. Yep.
yeah, like you feel me? Every old person when we was growing up, bro, they used to have that machine. We ain't never seen no bottles of water until it got to our generation.
You ain't lying. And the bottled water, there's so much plastic in that joint.
Plastic, you know what I mean? And you
What's
don't really think about that stuff, but I didn't even know this. Somebody told me this. If you leave your water out in the sun or it's in the sun, that's really bad for you.
most definitely.
You
Look at
know, you,
this. I'm talking about so 32.75. 32. Y'all can see my screen still, right?
Hmm.
32.75 divided by, say we just only have 10. We got probably like 30 people coming, but everybody ain't gonna be in the Airbnb or in a hotel. A lot of people got their own stuff set up. Let me just do like 12 people, 9 beds, 6 bedrooms, probably heli couches, 270 for the entire weekend a person. 270 plus your $80 flight. Um,
that's crazy. Flights is only $80.
270 plus your $80 flight, bro. 270 to stay in a big ass mansion, a person. 270 plus your $80 flight. Things can get really scary out here in Atlanta,
Getting
dog, if we do this.
spooky in the A, and
So,
that's weekend.
and but this the thing, the reason why I'm really contemplating this is because um this could be really good for content. It can be really good for making sure your black ass is up early
On my
on the
mama.
way to Invest Fest. If you ain't been to Invest Fest, you know how big that line get in the morning. They say the first speaker coming on at 9, you show up at 9, your ass ain't getting in the building till 10. That's how long the line is. So we like to show up a little bit early. Um, but yeah, definitely something I'm gonna keep on the watch list. I might, I'm just trying to see what we're gonna do. 10 minutes from where we're going, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 10 minutes. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. So that's something that I'm looking at, and then yeah, that's it for the chart. KB, what you want to talk about when it comes to SpaceX though, brother? Is he still there?
Just basically how
The trigger
what y'all think
dates.
if it's gonna go down like Ian has said, or it's gonna keep going up like Troy has said. Like what you think is the smartest decision on SpaceX? Like, we wait to buy, or just buy now because it's not gonna give us this price no time in like a year, 6 months. It's not gonna be this price again.
I
What y'all
mean,
think?
so so we just talked about it on the chart when I just charted up SpaceX, and I just charted where it was just at on this high, and we just charted up where it opened up at, and we just charted about the valuation of where they are and how much it's going to take for them to move upward. So just reiterating what we just talked about on SpaceX. Um, yeah, I mean, 3 months. I mean, I know Troy said he pulled the trigger, grabbed some shares. Me personally, I was looking at the option chain earlier. The longest strike that they have is 480, 460, 480, all the way out to
Mm.
2028. And it was going for like, it was like about $60. 2028 of like January, $60 on SpaceX. So the problem is, like I said, just reiterating it, for it to go from 150, 170 where it is to 480, the amount of money that's going to have to be piled into that company to get 1 trillion to 2 trillion to 2 trillion to 3 trillion to 3 trillion to 4 trillion to 5 trillion, 6 trillion. Prime example is when these companies do stock splits, Chipotle, right? Was it Kava? Was it Netflix? All the companies that stock split, their valuation doesn't change, but their price does. So a new investor could be like, damn, Netflix only $73. Let's buy it, bro. It's about to go to the moon. It should pop to 100. Wait, why is it not moving like that no more? Because the valuation stays the same. If you worth a trillion, 2 trillion, you stay the same. Just your price tag of what it costs to purchase one share is different. So really, Netflix is showing $73, and its high was around $130, $140. What that means is before stock split, that was $1,400 a share. $1,400 a share. So you really buying Netflix, that's a company that's worth 1,400, or what it says now, 76, $760 a share. That's what you're really purchasing it at right now. $760 a share. It just stock split, so it looks different, it looks cheaper, but it's not cheaper. Valuation stays the same, fundamentals stay the same, the price tag looks different. Well, why ain't Nvidia doing, bro? If you was around when Nvidia was going on this wave, Nvidia was moving like how Micron was moving. Nvidia was pumping $100. Nvidia was pumping 150, 200. I got the screenshots. Nvidia popping $100 overnight. Nvidia saying just like SanDisk, right? So, prime example, if SanDisk or Micron announced, hey, we doing a stock split, In a couple months, if they said 2,000, they do a 10-for-1 stock split, it goes down to 200. New investors are looking and saying it's like, bro, it's only $200. Why ain't it moving up to 1,000? Like, why ain't it popping 100, $200 no more? The valuation is still worth trillions, just the price tag looks different. So that's when you start seeing Nvidia having you see Nvidia having great days, they moving up $8, $7. In retrospect, what that 8 and 7 really means, they're moving up $80, $70. If you see Nvidia up $12, they mean they moved up $120 before stock split. That is a lot of money. Why you think Nvidia is worth 5 trillion? So I want y'all to make this make sense. Nvidia is around 200 something and they're worth 5 trillion, right? SpaceX is around $170. They're already worth 1.1, 1.7 trillion. Look how long it is taking Nvidia to keep moving upward. Some people were asking, I think Ian was talking about it, Troy talked about it a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna get you a question here in a second, Nigel. They was like, yo, why is Nvidia not moving like the way it used to? Bro, it's so heavy. It's something called market cap gravity. I should make sure y'all look this up. Market cap gravity of how heavy a company is. So heavy that it's going to be hard for them to move that loose and that light on their feet like Micron, like Sanders. Sanders, it's like with Sanders and Micron, if you watch the market, one little inch of breathing room that SBX gives. SBX can be diving and diving. One little centimeter of a breather that SBX gives, Sanders can be up like 150 points. One little breather. Then if SBX actually gets strong again, Sanders and Micron gone. You missed them. So same thing for SpaceX. With them already being 1.1 trillion, like I said, I definitely think they're going to go up. But to Alante's point of what he said, I definitely do think they recalibrate a bit. I think I think they're um I don't think they just go straight green, go up, up and up like a Micron and Sanders. I mean, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but with them already being worth 1.1 trillion, and when Micron was at $200, $300 a share, and they were only worth 200 billion, 100 billion, 90 billion, the TAM of their growth to get to 1 trillion from 200 to 1,000, you can tell that was going to come. When you already reach the pinnacle 1.1 trillion, you already a heavyweight, bro. I think they put SpaceX in the top 10 companies heavyweighted or something like that, or evaluated. It was like Nvidia, it was like Apple, it was like Google, and SpaceX on IPO that made top 10 most valuable company on the planet.
Yeah, before it pulled back just past 2 days, it just passed Amazon.
It passed Amazon too.
Yeah, I see what you mean, family. And my bad, I didn't know you talked about it on the call. I had, got disconnected when you talked about
Nah, you good. You
showed
good.
that chart.
Nah, you
So,
good. Nah, you good.
but
You
no,
good.
yeah, I feel you. But yeah, so you leaning towards more in. It's gonna recalibrate a little bit and then have its little run.
So I'm not even really leaning towards more in, because I heard Trap break it down too. And Trap was
Okay.
saying, y'all, like, just wait just to see how it moves. And one thing about it, like I love what Trap said. He said, "Your move, you're not gonna miss your move. You're not gonna miss your move. Your move that's for us, for our play that we need to be in. We not gonna miss it. If it's going green and green and green, and if it's stable, we gonna still be able to get into position and still profit off of that thing." Right? You're not gonna miss your move that you're supposed to take. So like he said, I think we definitely, um, I think we definitely kind of recalibrate. Me personally, I think it can go under 1 trillion, and it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just while it's worth 900 billion, I would rather grab it from valuations. Y'all got to understand. There's people that look at stock prices and trade. There's people that look at candlesticks and trade. There's people that look at fundamentals and trade. And there's people that look at strictly valuations, how much is worth. Warren Buffett is the prime example. He is you call him the master of buying undervalued companies. He don't be putting all his money in growth companies. He goes undervalued. If you're under what you're valued, that's where Warren Buffett come in, scoop you up. Right? There's certain people that only trade with big bucks when they see valuations come down to certain levels. There was only listen during that Nvidia run when it stock split, and it was around like $140, $1,400, right? And it stock split to 140. There were people that said, I will never touch Nvidia until it comes down in the 90 range. Man, you think Nvidia's going to 90? No, you tripping, bro. It said 140. Nvidia went to 90. They loaded the hell up, bro. Dollars came in. We'll probably never see Nvidia at $90. Probably never see Apple at $40. That's another thing that I be hearing sometimes when I be hearing a lot of these investors talk, bro. People be saying like, listen, the first time you should have invested 10 years ago when I said, my nigga, a lot of us wasn't even worried about this market 10 years ago. We didn't even know what this market was 10 years ago. So a lot of us are new in the last 4, 5, 6 years, right? So definitely look at this from your standpoint. Like keep doing your research, keep researching what other people are saying, right? And then our goal is to take what everybody else is saying and put our own like our own fruition on it. Um, and then we come up with our own idea, bro. I say fruition like bringing things into fruition, like our own intuition too. But and we come up with our own ideas. Nigel, what's your question, brother?
You think you can pull up the app 11 chart?
This dude love app loving, bro. God, leave me alone. Bro, leave app loving alone, bro. Nah, just playing. Dude probably making a bag off app loving. Let me see. Let me check on the daily, see where they at. I ain't even been watching app loving, my brother. Ah, that's why. That W that they had created. Let me see. Yeah, dang, they went right up to the W. That is insane. Let me see where we at. So look like they had they double top over here. We see that. Let me see something. Look like they high was 735. One thing I noticed about App Loving a long time ago, when Meta ran, App Loving ran. Meta ain't been performing too well recently. App Loving been kind of chilling, right? I've been noticing that. And another thing, I think KB had pointed this out, when memory starts falling or taking a hit, software actually starts rotating to the upside. Hmm. When photonics and memory start falling, you'll start seeing Microsoft, Meta, AppLovin, the software service now. You start seeing these companies rotate up. But as memory, look, look at this prime example.
Next to each other if you can, because I really want to see this correlation. I
Well,
mean, now that you say that, it really does make sense. Because when light was, I mean, when MU was dropping, light was running.
yes, it was. Let's see. AppLovin, let me go side by side with Meta first. Meta, where you at, baby? There she go.
Yo, when you get a chance, you could pull up Intel.
Hey man, y'all niggas got one more chart, man. Yep. So look at App Loving.
Hey Nate, I got like three more charts if you could look at after the app 11, if that's cool.
This nigga must not have heard what I just said.
No, I heard you. I saying give a fuck. No, I'm I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro.
Hey, he's stupid, bro.
Bro, better go over them charts, nigga.
Hey,
Hey, go ahead and
hey,
go over them
hey,
charts, nigga.
Alante, you shut up and go get that water. You shut up.
You shut up and go get that water.
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna stretch my little $50 as much as I can.
Hey, he's stupid, bro. But okay, look. So app loving, look at how they have been over the past 9 days. 618 falling down to 469. Hmm. Meta over the last 8 days. 641 down to 570, 560. So I'm telling you, I seen this a long time ago. You don't hear a lot of people talking about this. I'm seeing meta and app loving correlation. When meta runs, app loving runs. They move in tandem together. I don't know what that's about. We got to do some more research. Probably just the software side of things. Um, I think my phone finna die. Let's see. Oh, 3%. Let me see.
Don't let it
Um,
die. Don't let
Jet,
it die.
what?
Don't let it die, Nate. Don't let it die.
Hey man, what's wrong with this dude? Um, but yeah, app lover, and then let me go look at what we say when software. Let me go see Microsoft, and then let's go look at.
So Intel.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do the side by side real quick, and then I got intel for you, brother. So we go look at hmm the last so June 1st. Let me see for June 1st. Marking June 1st here. Let me see this baseline down here. Yep. Let's go June. End of June. I mean the beginning of June. The last 10 days of June, 1,500 to 2,100. Hmm. Last days for Microsoft. June. Hmm. Interesting. I wonder why they haven't talked about this on CNBC or Market Mondays or anything yet. Because I seen this like firsthand. When SanDisk, Micron are going upward, this is how their June has been. Microsoft and software, and wait, I just showed you Meta and AppLovin. Look how their June has been. Hmm. Another one in the software space, you got to make sure you're watching. I was looking at them. I was gonna put the chart up. Um, where they at? Where you at? ServiceNow. Remember ServiceNow? Like, hey y'all, we like ServiceNow. Another one. Look how their June has been since June. Look, see that at the bottom down here. June 1st down here. Since June, 139 under its 50 day, under its 100 day, under its 200 day, down to $95. Saying this, look how June has been for them. 1,500 to 2,100, 600-point move in the last 8 days. Last 8 days for ServiceNow, they've lost, let me see. They've lost 33% in market cap. They've lost 33% in market cap. So what this means as an investor, if we look like, man, when is software gonna take off? Or when should we grab Microsoft? When should we grab ServiceNow? When should we grab Meta? Sandis is telling you we not done. What that nigga say on the interview? I said we not done yet.
I think we ain't done
Yeah,
yet.
that's what he said. He said, I think we not done yet. Chief Keef, I ain't done turning up, big. Listen, as Sanders, Micron keep rotating upward, we're gonna continue to keep seeing software fall down. Okay. So that's something that we need to look at. This listen, I just showed you ServiceNow, I just showed you Meta, I just showed you AppLovin, I just showed you Microsoft. I'm showing you all the software companies. As these go higher, Software's coming down. Do I think software's gonna have its day? I definitely do, but I definitely think if you are gonna play with software, you gotta go with the big dogs. You gotta go with your Microsoft. You gotta go with your Mag 7s because a lot of money's piled into them. Meta just struck a deal today for a new data center build out for new energy. I seen a tweet today that said energy's next. That's crazy. They say energy's next, and GEV just did what it did for us today. And I think a lot of energy. I put this chart up. I want to make sure we go over the intel for TEV. But look at VST. Somebody look like they trying to wake up. I swear, didn't I just put this chart up on Instagram? I'm like, hey y'all, this is a company I'm really looking at. Energy, VST, nuclear energy. Really looking at them. Okay, so definitely looking at them. Um, and I want us to see um, that as they need more memory, more compute, more chips, they're going to need higher levels of energy. I want y'all to hear me. Higher levels of energy. What does that mean, Nate? So you had regular electricity, constellation, and you got all of that, right? You got all of that. Regular electricity, you got energy. When it comes to at scale, when you're needing energy on a grand master level, you're going to have to transform from regular energy into nuclear energy. And when you rotate into nuclear energy, we're going to have to. That's the direction we're going. I promise you. That's the direction we have to go. We have to start using higher levels of energy. And that's nuclear. We got to. The compute, the data centers, the amount of electricity that's being used, we're going to have to use a bigger power source. And it's going to be the bottleneck next is going to be energy, bro. The bottleneck next is going to be energy. It's going to be energy. It's going to be your VSTs. It's going to be, even though it's probably one of the worst plays I've ever put in, and Keys like to remind me, SMR, right? Plays like that, SMR. Even, like I said, Constellation Energy, VST. I think, was it AEIS or was it um
BE. BE is
BE?
up
It
there.
was BE, and what it was another one. Was it AEIS? Was that the energy company? Yep, Advanced Energy. Yep. That memory, boy. Look at that memory, boy. Look. So as GEV went crazy today, these last 5, 6 days, AEIS 292 breaking out to 373. So if you can't grab GEV Energy Company, I would definitely look at AEIS. That's around 300 in the energy sector as well. As we need more energy.
But you want to know what's so crazy, Nate?
What's up?
Why is VST not taken all the way off yet? Like, how did GEV go before VST when VST has all of these the contract, bro, literally says they don't have a cap price. They can charge you what they want.
I don't know.
That's what I
Yeah,
they don't have a cap on their price. Like as energy becomes more expensive, their price gets more expensive.
right,
Like but the companies have to pay it,
right,
whatever price that they tell them.
right.
That's the contract that they sign with them.
Yeah, so
All these big companies. So that's why it just doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, so for me, like I said, I did the video and I did some research for VST, bro. I think one of the main problems was that
They ain't got that. Go ahead.
they didn't get rewarded a lot of the contracts that they said they were going to be. Also, another thing about VST, I want to show you about this. I was looking at this as well. Uh, VST energy, 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 energy. Look at this. So 2024, this. We were consolidated. VSD was consolidated in the 27 to it's about $11, right? I want to make sure I grab that parallel channel too. So I can show you. There we go. Was it the parallel channel? Let's see. Go here. Let's look at this. So since inception, bro, 2018, 2017, when they IPO'd around $14, their high was at $28. $28 and had a bottom of 11. For 2017 to 20, listen to me, 2017 until 2023, they was at 27 bucks, bro. They're high. They didn't reach their high again for another 6 to 7 years. Took them 6 to 7 years, and they're in the energy space, right? Like, man, there was energy. Did we just not use energy? No, we was using it. Obviously, they felt like this company wasn't where they need to be at, right? For the stock to go crazy like how you wanted to. So it took him 6, 7 years to break out of this 27 range. When we finally broke out, August of 2023, we break out from $27 and we hit a high of this last October to 217. $27. See, 684% return in less than 2 years for a company that's not really that established, bro. A company that's really not that established, almost a 700% gain in less than in 2 years. 700%. You probably say, man, well, Micron and SanDisk, they doing that and they sleep. They're not in a bottle like energy. It's not a bottleneck sector. There's heli energy companies. They got TXU Energy down here. They got what's the energy company that AES and Indy. They got so bro. Energy is not like linear. So many different energy companies. So from them going from $27, I'm lying. I think they went to 200. Yep, 218. I'm tripping. Yep. So yep, but still 680% return. So 27 bucks to 218, pretty hefty return. During that time frame though, when you look at the chart, you zoom out, 27 bucks down here, all the way up to 220, they've really just been consolidated from 136 to 220. They really just been chilling. They really been chilling. But then when you zoom out again, like I said, what happens is Joseph Jenkins showed us this a long time ago. When you have companies like this that are waiting to take off, what are they doing? He said they were buying time. I don't know if y'all remember that. They're buying time. Buying time. What does he mean by that? Buying time. They're collecting more and more assets, more and more money. They're getting piled in, piled in. When you see consolidation, you're seeing more piling in. It's taking, oh, it goes up and it comes down. I'm gonna grab more. It goes up, it comes back down. I'm grabbing more. It comes down deep down. I'm gonna put a whole bunch in. It goes up again. It comes down. I'm putting more money in. You're seeing more and more and more of a collection as time gets expanded out. As time gets expanded out. So what happens is it's going to get to a point where the load up has completed its job, right? And this is what I learned from Joseph. It's completed its job, and now it's time for the next phase for it to rotate back to the upside. But once it has collected so much, once it rotates up, You don't know if it's going to rotate back down there again because of so much money that's being collected here with this dead money. So, looking at VST, I definitely think that's why I said I put it on Instagram and I did the breakdown for a reason. This is something that I've been looking at for a minute. I think it might be time for them, and not only is it time for them, I think when it comes to 10x return, 20x return in a bottleneck industry, I will not be surprised if we look up in 2 years and we should have said, damn, if we would have bought a leap out to 2028 when it was at $163 in the energy space, nuclear energy, we should have did it, right? So $163 and it's sitting at that 400 MA. Wouldn't be surprised if we grab something out for a couple years. It has been chilling, but like I said, I think nuclear
I've been
energy is
saying I
next.
want to. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely been saying I want to.
I think
'Cause I
nuclear
want
energy
to,
is
bro.
next.
You got to. Because, bro, think about it. Even though we got plenty for energy, people gonna tear the energy up by using all the AI, bro. And
All of
people
it.
bills. Think about it. First year bills, bro. Second year bills, oh yeah. People gonna be trying to, riot and all that over energy. So
Yep. So that's what I see on VST. Intel. I know Tab said Intel. Look at Intel. Let's see what we got here. Intel look like it's breaking upward. Intel look like it's breaking upward. Big ass gap down here. Look at these charts down
bro,
here. I don't
it's
think people understand when we left InvestFest. I put in the group chat. We didn't even have an ecosystem yet. I said, hey y'all, I'm grabbing this Intel shit. 20. Look at the line down here. Green line down here. I'm grabbing this shit for $24. Last week they just announced that the government is taking a stake in Intel. I'm grabbing that shit. Keys, I know you remember this shit. I grabbed it, $24, went dumb up to 41.
bro.
And then they had earnings. Remember, I asked the chat, I was like, hey y'all, what you think? Should I hold it? And I think Keys was like, what EYL said? What they saying? And I'm like, Troy and Ian said, fuck Intel, bro. And I'm like, man, y'all right, bro. I already got my gains out of this shit. Let me get out of this shit. $24 a share. $2,000 at $24 a share. I'm like, man, I got my gains out of this shit almost up 100%. Let me get up out of here. If I would have just said, block the noise out. If you did the research, you see Trump took a stake in them. You see they're an American company. You said Trump said, MAGA, make America great again. I'm not making China great again. I'm making, if you're an American brand company, I'm going to make you great again. That's his whole thesis. He don't give a fuck if they got revenue, numbers, balance, debt. If you're an American made company and you've been around for a long time and you're at $24 a share, I'm gonna turn you up. And then less than
He said I'm going.
7 months later, $2,000 investment at $24. This company is at $133. Lifetime gains, lifetime investment. Um,
It's still not bad. I think it. I mean, I think as they're going to upgrade their technology and what they can produce, I feel like in the future.
yeah, most definitely. I mean, as time evolves, your company should evolve. And if you don't, you shouldn't even
Yeah,
be a company. You shouldn't even be a CEO. So, or you're not going to be in that seat. So, looking at Intel Tev, at the moment, this is a double top.
double top. Yeah, it's about to go down.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Sometimes it could burst up and just push past like MU did, like Sanders did, and it got another level of what it can go to. But all I'm saying is I will watch it from here, right? Because we definitely gapped up here, right? We gapped up. We could push, right? And remember, all gaps don't get filled. Look at this gap. This gap ain't get filled, right? This gap ain't get filled. Not yet, but
He
yeah,
said, "Not yet."
Yep. So at the moment, it's at a double top for me. This isn't me personally. This isn't an area that I'm loading up. This is not for me. Um, it's an area that I'm watching, right? If we break out, we stay strong. I love it. It's got a base here. I love this being the base. Then I would love it to the upside. But at the moment, it went and touched that area and it scattered back down. Closed a little lower than it's high. Scattered back down. So I mean, the markets are closed tomorrow, so we're not gonna see how it performs until Monday. Um, and then we'll go from there, really on Intel. Any other charts before we get off here, family? I'm about to get off here. We've been on for almost 2 hours. We good?
WDC went crazy.
Yeah, it did.
I bought that 485. That mug hit that swing. I was like, bet. I should have did a call on it, bro. I just
Yeah.
bought shares.
I
That
was
mug
looking
is
looking
mug
at
hit
it.
it.
What was that 486 last week when I was like talking about it? I'm like, yo, if they hit 486 and Sandus and Micron in the thousands and they're at 480, they're next to go. Because the entire
Bro,
sector
why
just
we
got to
just
pull
ain't
them
been
up.
we been calling it this whole why we just ain't put the bro, we might as well shoot MU to 1500.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like,
So,
why
so,
not? Put the
so
book
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I got that on their price target raised to MU 1500. They got earnings next week.
We
Cerebras
called
got earnings.
1200 when it was at 800.
True.
We
True.
called 800 when it was at 400
True. You're not
before
lying.
the end of the year. Just imagine if we put that. Come on now,
Nah, you good. You good. But
crazy.
yeah, so Micron got earnings next Wednesday. Definitely looking at them. And then other than that, bro, we talked about everything. Y'all have a good weekend, man. Get some rest. The markets are closed tomorrow. Don't be on the charts. Kind of rest this weekend. It's Juneteenth. Celebrate being a black person, right? Celebrate being
Yes,
black.
sir.
Celebrate being black. And really just
Love
go
each
kick it
other.
with the family for real. You know what I mean? I know we was on here long. It's just a makeup from last week. We missed the whole everything last week. So it's just good hearing from y'all, seeing y'all, man, and we doing this thing. Malcolm, what's that GEV talking about, brother?
Oh man, yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah,
That
man.
was sweet.
Yeah, man. Cool little quick come up, man. Hey, Malcolm,
Yes,
when I
sir.
see you, you owe me you owe me a quesadilla in a shop.
Oh, you good for that?
You owe me a little quesadilla too. Hey,
For sure.
real quick, I want to give a shout out to brother Alante. I want to give a quick shout out to brother Alante, man. Man, this dude, man, they got married, right? Got the
Legend.
job that he wanted. Um, Coming off of his first Invest Fest, putting things together, getting his brand back out there. He's back in the ecosystem, man. Putting charts in. I think Malcolm's like, damn, like charts. I'm like, damn, Alante really back on it, putting it like he putting the charts in. He's being back that
Go hard on
asset.
the charts, boy.
Bro, he's being back that asset that we've always known him to be, and we really appreciate it. Real quick, Alante, what's been helping you out? What's been keeping you focused, and what's your goals? Take us off here.
Man, I say, man, just going through it for the certain amount of time that I did,
Going through it in what way? What you mean?
continuously telling myself certain things and it not happening, right? Moving too fast, bro, right? Like, you move too fast sometimes and you know certain things, right? It's a blessing to be in things like this because you learn a lot, right? So when it's a gift and a curse, right? Because the curse is when you learn a lot and when you know a lot and you don't have that stable income, stable life,
Hmm.
you move too fast, right? So the moment you get a little something, like, you know, something, you just think, okay, let me just hurry up. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of puts you in a I wouldn't say a good space. It puts you in like Let me sit the. Excuse my language. Let me sit the fuck back
Yeah,
and let me really, analyze.
yeah,
And then when I get what I want, right, it's not moving too fast, right? Like got the job that I want. You know what I mean? Like I've been wanting a good stable job for a minute. And every time I was at my job, every time I got a good paycheck, what I do?
yeah.
Put that shit in a play, or you know what I'm saying, like try to hurry up and day trade. Nate called me, bro, I told you about day trading. You know what I'm saying, like it's before the shit, the OTE. I'm trying to day trade. I got one more play, cuz like, hey, we put a play in, we up. He called me the same day, hey cuz, sell it. I'm like, I damn near can't sell it, bro. I done did 3 plays. You know what I'm saying,
Oh, the
like,
pattern day trainer rule. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, just moving too fast, bro. And now it's like you got to sit back and you got to really analyze, man. The shit mean more now. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I say that, bro. And everybody go through shit in life, bro. Everybody go through them times in life where it's like shit, bro. Shit get hard. You know what I'm saying? Shit get real hard, and shit just like, bro, what's next, bro? I know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But the shit is just not fucking coming together. Like, what do I need to do as an individual? Right, and that's when you need to get more discipline. That's when you need to, whenever you down, you don't just not do nothing. You keep trying to learn. You keep trying to be in those rooms. You keep trying to, talk to different people. Right, because everybody go through those down moments in life. I can speak for everybody in here. If you at where you feel like you at, or if you feel like you moving on the path you are now, I guarantee you, every person in here that went through that down moment in their life where they like, man, what, I need to change some shit.
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, man.
hey, yeah,
Nah,
I
hey, we
leave off
love
with
that,
that.
bro. We love that, bro. Appreciate you, man. But nah, just to his point, just stay down, bro. I think Troy said he said stay down, stay low, keep firing. Like, bro, stay down till you come up, bro. And my thing is, um, when you do come up, because the sun gonna come up, just like the moon gonna come up, and it's gonna be dark again, and it's gonna be light again. Just when it gets light again, you remember what it feels like when it was dark, right? Because that's what's gonna keep you humble. That's what's gonna keep you going. A lot of people, they get on, they hit that first play, they on, like I'm that nigga, like I can do no wrong. And then that's what actually takes them back into the darkness. So as we come up, we gonna go through shit in life. Shit ain't gonna be hard. A lot of us got families, kids, girlfriends. We going through stuff, trying to build a business, health problems, losing family members. My only thing is, bro, just keep going, right? It's a marathon, like Nipsey said. It's not about a sprint. It's not about being rich by next year. It's about being wealthy over time. So stay humble, stay down. Um, Love y'all, man. Let's keep going. And we back in the chat, family.
Appreciate you, family.
Yes, sir, family.
All
Everybody
right.
have a good one.
Word, take
Love
care, bro.
y'all boys, man. Peace out.
Love. Talk soon.
Love, bro.
All right, my boy.
What's good, bro? You
What's
doing
up,
all right?
family? You all right?
Shit, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
How you feeling, man? I know we ain't got to talk since your peoples, man, when you traveled out and had the funeral. How you doing though?
Shit, I'm doing better, bro. Just trying to, you feel me, lock back in.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
all aspects, you feel me, trying to get back focused. But
Yes, sir, brother. Hey, I see you getting them cars out too, man.
hell yeah, bro.
I might have
Trying
to
to
send
get,
some people your way, man.
bro. I'm telling you, I'll throw you some cheese. Shit, I'll get you a bunch of quesadillas like you was asking for. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh me.
Hey, nah, that's love. You know what? But yeah, most definitely. If I know anybody that need a whip, I'm gonna definitely send them your way, bro. Keep doing your thing. Keep dropping that music. Keep staying focused, bro. Stay down, bro. Same with you. Arb, stay down, bro. The music you putting out, stay in discipline. Stay down, bro. It's not time to pop it yet. It's not time to pop our shit and say fuck niggas. Nah, not yet. collect a little bit more, get our little life stable a little bit, get this locked in, get this locked in, get the cheese working for us, do this right, get this set up, got the team working, I got my members with me. Okay, cool. Now when it's time to pop off, it ain't gonna be no falling off, bro. You feel
No,
me?
facts.
It ain't gonna be
Facts.
no falling off. Now, most
Mhm.
niggas they want to get on, turn up, and then they fall off. No, our goal is when we get on, ain't no falling off, my nigga.
At all. Nah, you hey, 1,000% with you. 1,000%. Facts, brother.
Feel me? So, hey man, if y'all need me, man, hit me, man, text me. One call away, brothers.
Yes, sir, bro. Love, bro.
Love, yes, sir. K, you straight? K still on here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up,
About to
young
hit.
boy?
What's good, bro?
How we doing, family?
I'm good, man. I'm shit full time dad mode, bro.
Yeah,
Working, bro.
yeah, that's good, though. How little man doing?
They doing good, bro. Honestly, great, man. Just being here. You feel me? Being home now, bro. Like this bond that I'm building with them, bro, unmatched, bro. So
Hey, they say when you have a son, bro, they say it's a love that you can't even explain, bro.
yeah, bro. And then like this, like looking at him, bro. Like you know me, bro. He looked just like me.
Most deaf, most deaf.
Like, bro, I can't even like this every single day I wake up and see him, bro. Like he stay with me now. You know what I mean? So
Word.
he waking up, bro. He living. He walking in the room, bro. He see me.